And thank you all for being here today. Whenever I'm introducing people to Amara, I can't help but recall my own introduction. It was 2005. I was looking for a meaningful opportunity, and my search took me to the Amara website. I was immediately drawn to the Amara mission, finding families for children who would otherwise not have them. As the ninth of 12 children, I can assure you my family was a precious gift in my childhood. And last August, when my 11 brothers and sisters attended my son's wedding, that gift is still so precious. And the idea of children growing up without a family, well, the call of those children got to me, and it still does. I also remember reading that Amara had been around since 1921, started as Medina Baby Home on the shores of Medina. And I also recall reading that the focus is on the child. A line in particular sticks out. At Amara, we don't find children for families, we find families for children. Well, 11 plus years later, I can report from the inside looking out that those are not just words. They are how we operate. Amara is a child-focused agency, and the best interests of the child are at the core of every decision and any decision we make. Since the only children that Amara now serves are children in foster care, I want to share a Native American saying that captures our passion and tells us where our future lies. If you hold the hand of a child in danger, don't let go of that hand until you know that child is safe. Well, the children entering foster care are clearly in danger, both for what they've experienced and for the uncertainty that lies ahead. In our emergency sanctuary, we first hold these precious hands with much warmth and tenderness, and we are trying to hold on to them with our other two programs. Let me tell you about those programs. Actually, Shannon spared me about 30 seconds. Thank you, Shannon. But what she didn't mention, and I think is noteworthy, is that in the 2.25 years since we've opened up the sanctuary, recognizing the need and hearing what was happening to children, we have served over 500 children in just our King County Sanctuary. Thank you. And thank you to the volunteers who make that possible. And as you just heard, the fact that siblings so often are able to stay together on those first few nights in foster care, I know is significant to me, and I'm sure it's especially significant to them. Our second Amara program that I want to talk about is our foster and adoption program. It's really our legacy program. It is staffed by a superb team of professionals who recruit, prepare, and support families who are in the community and willing to open their hearts and their homes to children in foster care. Many of you are aware that we have a short supply of foster homes, and as a result, the children pay the price. They move from home to home because the right home is not available. At Amara, we make it very clear to our families, if a child or children come into your home, we want that to be their final placement. We want them to stay in that home until they can safely return to their family, or if they can't, that the Amara home will be their adoptive home. That's a huge ask. That's a huge commitment on the part of our families, and it was for that reason that we found it very important for us to make a mutual commitment and created what is now our third program, our post-adoption program. In the short time that we have had it open, it has become a valuable resource to the whole family, not just the parents, but the adoptees as well. As we are reminded so often, adoption, it doesn't end with a finalization. It's the beginning of a whole new journey, and Amara will be there with you. No introduction to Amara is complete without sharing the 4 values that have been at the core of Amara for 96 years. The first core value is perseverance. And no, I'm not referring to being around for 96 years. I'm referring to the children we serve. And I'm referring to the perseverance of the families that are trying to care for them. And I'm also referring to our staff, who will never give up on the dreams of these children and these families. We will not quit. Our second core value is inclusiveness. If you look back at the last century, you will learn that Amara has been a national leader in making adoption and parenting available to everyone without regard to religious creed, race, sexual orientation, marital status, and all the other forms of discrimination. Then and now, the only filter we apply is the individual's capacity to love and accept the children that are in their homes. Inclusiveness is in our DNA. Let's face it, you can never have too many people to love and care for children in foster care. As we plan for our future, we are trying to include the voice of the birth family, trying to relieve some of the overwhelming pressures on our partners at the state, and working to partner with other child welfare organizations as we strive to hold the hands of the children we care for. Inclusiveness doesn't stop there. We must also do that by including more of the community. These children don't need more government, they need more community. Our third core value is courageous leadership. You just heard evidence of it with our pioneering efforts at inclusion. You've also seen evidence of it with the creation of our emergency sanctuary. We heard about what was happening to these children, we saw a gap, and we knew we could fill it, and we did. And when we learned that in Pierce County, children were going into foster care at the same rate they are in King County, our board sent us down there, and as you heard, we just opened a Pierce County sanctuary. Inspired by our history, we must look forward without fear. We will see more gaps, and we will move towards them. We have to. The children depend on us. And we can do that because we see the needs of the children, and we have a community encouraging us to do more. And we have a philanthropic community that now provides over 75% of our budget. Thanks to you, we have learned that the more we do, the stronger we become. And the stronger we become, the more we can do. Our last core value is hope. It is a source of life for us. We live it, we breathe it, it energizes us, and we encourage it. We see hope in the eyes and the lives of the children and families we are so honored to serve. If you look for it, you will see it too. You'll be able to find hope as you meet Joanne and Jade. Their story, which you're about to learn, should recharge all of our hope batteries. Thank you again.